Hey guys, Sorko, welcome back to the Somnium Files. Let's carry on where we left off. We're here at the Matsushita Diner on Tuesday, 11:15 a.m. The Matsushita family bringing a lot of bad news to this investigation, it seems. First, Ota getting stabbed, and now we've got Mayumi Matsushita
Ota?
confessing to the crime.
Why are you...
Likely to protect Ota, who's here, having been discharged from the police station.
Why did you arrest Mom? You said you were gonna clear her! Why?
I was trying, man, but she confessed to the murder, okay? She needs to help herself before I can help her. Ota seems genuinely upset. He's at his most vulnerable at this point. Okay, let's just sit in silence then. That's great. We'll see who breaks first. While I wait for you to speak, I'm just going to explore this entire place again, as I need to know if anything's different this time, and I'll check back in with you afterwards. At the end of it all, there wasn't anything really new except for this picture frame here. There's a photo in front of Ota. Fair enough. It looks like Ota has calmed down. Yeah, he's replaced his anger with just a nice little sulky face. Are you worried about Iris?
So worried that my stomach is in knots.
I can imagine. I wonder how she's doing.
The surgery was successful, but they told me she isn't out of the ICU yet.
I see. Sorry, that was not intended. Promise. You doing okay? Probably not.
Okay? How could I be okay?
I know, it was a silly question.
I got stabbed by a serial killer.
Yep.
Easy, kid. You're gonna open up your stitches.
Date's just like, oh, take it easy, pal. You know, you got stabbed. Big deal. I got tased and got smacked in the head with a wok. Still, he's recovered quite well for someone who got a stab wound. Maybe Mayumi didn't stab him as deep as he could have been, which is only if she was the one in the polar bear costume. We've kind of deduced that she's lying about it to cover for Ota, who she thinks is the one in the polar bear costume. And we've got some circumstantial evidence. Iba had a bit of a argument with me. She was playing the devil's advocate, so to speak, as to why Ota could have been the person in the polar bear costume. I'm just not buying it. Not just because he's short, even though we have seen that, you know, he kind of does fit the polar bear costume in the alternate universe where he got sliced by the ice-cutting machine. Are you worried about Mayumi?
Of course I am.
Also, another kind of silly question. Date, come on, man. What kind of interrogation is this?
That's my mom. What son wouldn't be worried about his mom?
He's a very sympathetic person and empathetic. Mr. Date is. Sorry, Special Agent Date. Why are you here?
When I was in the hospital, the police came to me. They told me that my mom confessed. I couldn't believe it, so I went to the police station.
I mean, it doesn't look good. We've got the floral kitchen knife at the crime scene. We've got Mayumi's fingerprints on chocolate also found at the crime scene, which weren't found in the other timeline, but that was when Mayumi wasn't involved whatsoever because we had been attacked in Shinjuku.
But because she was under investigation, they wouldn't let me see her. After that, I didn't feel like going back to the hospital.
Could it be that the polar bear is a different person in both routes? I don't know.
That's why I'm here.
Fair enough. You should really, you know, recover properly. It's not like Mayumi's under arrest.
You asked me why your mom was arrested earlier, but she isn't under arrest.
She came in voluntarily.
What?
I spoke with her as part of my investigation, yes. But as a source of valuable information, not as a suspect.
And we're just buying time, really, for Pewter to fix the sync machine. In 4 hours now, we're reducing the timeline.
Mayumi confessed, but it's highly likely that she's lying.
And thankfully, I'm not a rogue cop. I'm an honest cop. I make sure that if we receive a false confession, that it is thrown out the door.
So we haven't issued a warrant for her arrest.
That's what I've been saying. Mom didn't do it. She's innocent.
Okay. Well, we'll be happy to clear her name once we find the real polar bear. It's a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life. Is Iris the criminal?
Word is going around.
She staged it to throw her off the suspect list.
Maybe Iris was the one who killed Shoko and Renju. And you and her planned this warehouse incident to get her off our suspects list.
No way!
Would he... Now here's a little armor-piercing question for you. She wouldn't probably take her own eye out, right? She would have asked Ota to do it. And Ota, being the devoted fan that he is, would he oblige her? If she said, Ota, I need you to take my eye out, would he take it out because she told him to? Or would he not take it out because it wouldn't benefit her whatsoever and it would, you know, harm her? It might be like conflicting commands in his brain. He'll be like, oh, I can't do it. And then he'll just have a short circuit. Perhaps.
Tessa had her eye.
We need to know what he's capable of.
She could have pulled it out herself.
I suppose she could have as well, but would Ota have let her?
Or asked you to do it.
You're kidding me, right? Do you really think I would do that?
If she jumped off a bridge, would you follow her? Probably.
I was fighting for my life against the criminal.
Yeah, we saw that play out.
That wasn't caught on camera, though. Neither was the part where you got stabbed.
You're saying that I stabbed myself?
It wouldn't be the first time you faked something, would it, Ota?
Then again, he went to the hospital, though. Surely they would have seen, no, this is just tomato sauce, Date, and he used a butter knife or those prop knives that fold into themselves when you stab yourself. I mean, maybe that's why he's recovered so quickly. He just, like, dipped it into his stomach rather than full-on plunged it in.
You...
Look, I'm a special agent. I need to consider all possibilities, okay? Did you stage the warehouse incident? I'm just trying to cross it off the list.
I'm telling you I didn't!
Thermograph, Iba.
Then why is Mayumi protecting you?
Mom is protecting me?
I mean, he's her son. She's just trying to look after him. But then again, she's going full noise on the defense by just confessing to the murder straight up rather than saying, Ota didn't do it.
Your mother is stubborn. She's lying to us because she's protecting someone. The only person I can think of would be you.
Why?
Is there anyone else she may be protecting?
Apparently she thinks that you're the criminal.
Why would she think that?
Your guess is as good as mine. Got any ideas?
Now is the time, Ota. Please stop hiding things from me.
Maybe because of her condition. Mom has... dementia.
We know.
Maybe her memory is just mixed up.
Do memories get mixed up, or do you forget? I don't know. To be honest, I don't know. About Mayumi's dementia.
Everything is my fault. It's because of me that Mom is...
Really?
I know how it looks now, but back in the day, the diner was doing pretty good.
Was it a cause from the blast that happened 6 years ago?
You know Bloom Park is close by here, right?
Yeah.
People who visited the park would stop here a lot. But ever since the explosion 8 years ago...
8 years ago, sorry.
The chemical plant
I
accident?
thought everything was just coinciding with 6 years ago for some reason.
Yeah, we're just barely outside of the restricted area, but... because Bloom Park closed, the number of customers dropped by a lot.
I mean, that's the area that's shut down, but truthfully, people probably wouldn't want to get close to the shutdown area. They'd probably just stick over this side.
The diner didn't last much longer.
I'm sorry to hear it, man.
When this place closed, Dad started working at a Chinese restaurant chain during the day. And he was a security guard and traffic cop at night. Mom worked as a janitor. They were both working hard and barely got any sleep.
Damn, man.
And you?
I was just a high school student at the time.
Studying hard.
I was... such a dumbass.
Okay, never mind.
I thought it was totally normal to have both parents working, so I didn't even get a part-time job.
It's okay, man. You were a high school student.
And they bought me a PC, and Idol concert tickets.
That's so sad, man, when, like, parents are working hard, just trying to make ends meet, but they still have the means to give gifts to their only child, you know, because they want him happy, they want to see him succeed at the cost of them just working hard, trying to basically survive, and I find that really touching, you know?
I had it good. But we were drowning in debt.
Debt?
There's a loan on the house and the diner.
Don't tell me the Kumakuras have security over your house. Or your diner, sorry.
Mom and Dad didn't let this place go. There are too many memories here to give it up.
I can see that.
So
Sentimental
they
value.
slaved day and night to keep it open. They worked and worked and worked. Thanks to them, I was even able to go to a good university, but right after I started, Dad,
Passed away?
yeah, he had a heart attack. From overwork.
Sorry to hear it, man.
But even then, I didn't get it, you know? I didn't appreciate how hard they worked for me.
I mean, you're barely seeing them. It's not like you're there at that workplace seeing them toil it over, you know? It would have been hard for you to grasp that kind of notion. The idea that they were working so hard just for you. And the family, of course.
Even when I wasn't taking college seriously and getting bad grades, my mom didn't say a thing. She just smiled and told me that it was okay. Even when I told her I was going to drop out.
Oh, man.
Mom, I'm thinking of dropping out of college.
What? Why do you want to do that, Ota?
I decided that I'm going to become a writer.
They're not wanting to like blame them. They're not saying, we're doing all this for you, Ota. You get to freaking university. You study your ass off so you can freaking get a good job and pay us back for everything we've done, okay? They were just like, that's fine, Ota. You do what you need to do. Do what you like. Do what you want. Follow your dreams, Ota.
Wow. A
See?
writer. Oh, that's a good goal to have.
Very supportive parents. Maybe to their own detriment. When they could have, you know, told Ota how it is. There's a fine balance between, you know, spoiling Ota, then saying, you know, if you drop out, this is what's going to happen. Are you sure you want to do that? You could be studying. You could get a good job. Don't be like us. Stuff like that. Instead of just appeasing everything like, oh, you're dropping out. Fine, go ahead, man. That's all good. I'm just going to keep working.
But you really should finish
Oh,
college.
okay.
You worked so hard to get in.
All right, fine. I'll just listen to the whole conversation before I chip in. My 2 cents just flung right back into my mouth. I'm like, oh.
You don't understand, Mom. A writer has to put all of their time into their creativity.
Not true. No one just becomes a full-time writer straight off the bat, okay? You think like Stephen King or something was like a full-time writer straight away? I can see people, you know, who are unemployed, maybe they having a hand in it, but most of the time writers, you know, not all of them make it big, obviously. They write in their spare time.
I won't have time to go to classes. Plus, I'm friends with the editor of a publishing company. I'm definitely going to have my first book published.
Okay. Oh, rookie.
Is that right? Well, Ota, if you say so, I won't stop you.
Okay, see what I mean? Like, that she could have pushed a little harder. Like, are you sure? What makes you so sure you're gonna get published straight away?
Do what makes you happy. You'll turn out just fine. I know you can do it. And no matter what happens, Mom will always be on your side, okay?
Yeah, to the point where she'll confess to murder just to protect you.
Forever and ever. I'll always support you, Ota.
Still, seems like a nice, heartwarming family, you know? And now he's just looking back with regret. You lied about the editor thing, right?
Yeah, how do you guess? It was really just a few texts back and forth. But I was thrilled. I thought I could make it as a writer because of that.
Fortunately, that's not how it works, my friend.
But it's impossible. I know there's no way I can be a writer.
Okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. You can't just say that it's impossible. You gotta give it a good shot.
I've never even finished writing a novel. Not even once.
I mean, that's obviously gonna stop you. I've wrote so many different stories, never really finished them. Like, I'd do a first draft and that would be it, which is quite terrible. I've always wanted to finish a novel. One day. I'm like, Ota, one day I will. I won't drop out of college to do it, though.
I always give up after the first 5,000 words.
Oh, I know that feeling.
To even apply for the amateurs contest, you have to submit 10 times that.
50,000 words? What, you doing National Novel Writing Month in November?
But Mom, she kept supporting me.
I see. Well, there's obviously a lot riding on this, on your mother's innocence. When did Mayumi's illness start?
Not long after I quit college.
Haven't you found appreciation for Ota? Thanks, pal. I really needed it, you know. I really wanted to like you and sympathize with you, and now I feel like I'm starting to get there.
Mom was always smiling at me. But I think she was starting to slip mentally.
Was it because of your father's passing?
One day,
Oh, what's wrong, Ota? Do you have the day off from school?
are you being sarcastic?
I don't go to school anymore, Mom.
Oh, right. You don't attend anymore. Oopsie, I totally forgot.
Oh, so innocent.
How can you forget your own son's career choice?
Sorry. Anyway, are you hungry? You haven't eaten anything since this morning, have you?
Are you kidding?
What?
I ate breakfast and lunch already.
Ouch.
Oh, did you?
I mean, I don't think he knew at that point. He just thought that was like the first sign that her sanity was slipping.
By the way, Ota, what's living at the dorms like?
Why are you making fun of me?
I'm not teasing you, honey.
Don't fuck with me!
Whoa! Okay, that is a note I would never, ever be caught dead swearing to my parents. I don't even swear, like, within earshot of them, to be honest. I will only swear in my man cave or outside the house. Especially the F word. Never. Listen to the rest of the story.
Mom got sick because I'm such a piece of shit. I was only thinking about myself. I didn't take care of her.
Hey, the good news is she's still around, and you've just had this epiphany, this realization of what you've been squandering. That's the first step, Ota. Now you can look to redeem yourself, you know?
I was so stupid, I didn't realize she was sick. I thought she was messing with me.
Exactly. You didn't realize. That wasn't your fault. You can make it up to her now.
I was so cruel to her for no reason. And she got worse and worse.
Oh, man. About that picture.
What's that picture?
Ota, turn the photo frame to me so I can see. The one of all three of them?
Looking at this photo reminds me. One time, when I was a kid, I said something really bad to Mom and Dad, and they scolded me for it. And it's not like it was an apology or anything, but Dad and I gave her a Mother's Day gift. My mom was so happy that she cried. That's what this photo is from.
I do have to wonder, though, if you were going to kill people, would you really use that floral kitchen knife with an engraving on it that's unique to you? You wouldn't, right? Unless you'd consider it your signature weapon. But,
Why did it turn out like this?
Hey, I don't mean to sound like your mother, but it's gonna be okay.
I'm such a bad son.
No, I shouldn't make promises. But I need to reassure him.
Hey, Iba.
Thoughts?
What is it?
I don't like Ota one bit, but I can't imagine that this guy's the criminal.
Why is that?
Hearing his story made me think that he's not such a bad guy.
Yeah. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? He's not a bad guy, he's just got his own motivations that unfortunately conflict with mine. And, well, we're trying to catch a killer, which means his conflict with my motivations is a bit troublesome.
Your presumption is illogical.
Excuse me?
Human beings are logical.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not like you AI. We can't be logical all the time. But we make up for it in one very important way.
What is that?
Intuition.
We have a sense that there's no way you could have done it. You could say, yeah, you could have done it. Anyone could kill. But you just know. You get feelings. This guy wouldn't kill.
Do you find that useful?
Sometimes, actually, yeah.
At times.
If we just consider everyone a suspect, you know, then we could get overloaded with information.
Iba, let's go back to the cold storage
And
warehouse.
sometimes our memories trigger instincts within us that allow us to avoid trouble again, even if it's something we've long forgotten.
We might be missing something.
Back to the cold storage warehouse.
Understood.
What are you sighing for? It's not like you get sleepy or anything. Or exhausted. Ota's sitting with a depressed look on his face. Take care of yourself, okay? I'm gonna find out who did this for you. And for Iris' sake. Harbor Warehouse District, Tuesday, 12:50 p.m. This is all leading up to a potential sync with Mayumi. But who knows how this might turn out.
Date, weren't you going to check the warehouse?
We could run into a locked segment just like last time any second.
I was, but a thought occurred to me.
Where is the polar bear costume anyways? A thought occurred to you? That's dangerous. Alright, let's examine our surroundings and then we'll talk with the good old man in blue. Stacked containers. If I put that corner container in an empty slot, would the bottom line disappear?
Iba, what's in this box?
Your favorite kind of reading material. And a lot of it.
Well shit, where's the trailer? We need to take it back home.
Academic research papers on criminology?
No, the kind that features gratuitous nudity.
Wow, a medical journal. This crane looks like it could pierce the sky.
Just like my you-know-what.
Your stare.
What is your you-know-what?
It could only be one thing.
Oh, your ego?
Close.
No, not my ego.
A wooden box. I've got to make up some excuse to grab that box. No, it was that box. The water of Tokyo Bay.
Date, look! A tonguefish on the ocean floor.
How do you see that from here?
What's a tonguefish?
A flat fish, like the sole of a shoe.
You can see all the way down there?
Of course I can. My vision and my looks are my best qualities.
Well, at least you have some qualities. The water of Tokyo Bay. A mooring post. A pillar to moor a ship.
Date, do you know what a bollard is?
Of course. It's a type of duck.
That's a mallard.
Yeah.
Iba, are you sure that Ota took this car?
As I've already explained,
Shit, I think that was the one I needed to examine. My bad.
the security cameras at the Famisto parking lot saw the entire incident clearly.
So it was definitely Ota who drove it here.
Why are you stating the obvious?
Trying to think. A police officer. He says he doesn't have any new information. Police officer. There's an oil drum.
Hi, I'm Drum Imon.
You say strange things sometimes.
Sometimes. It's time to look at the van. I think this is what we need to look at.
Iba, who drove the van here?
There are two possibilities. Either Iris or the criminal who kidnapped Iris.
And Mayumi?
Considering the time that she purchased the chocolate, that would be almost impossible.
So how did that get here?
The van was hijacked from the Famisto parking lot at 10:32 p.m.
Right.
At that time, Mayumi was in the 812 convenience store more than 100 yards away.
We found the chocolate Mayumi bought on the floor of the cold storage warehouse. But that doesn't prove she was actually at the scene. If she was, how did she get here? She wasn't in the van or the station wagon.
Of course, a different car.
Right. That's what I thought.
I will search for all vehicles that were in this area from Sunday night to Monday morning.
Don't tell me you guys only thought that these two cars were the ones present here. Surely a third could have appeared here. Like, even parked down the road. Iba connected to the end system server and began her research. She got a result in no time.
Found one hit. A taxi.
Taxi.
Where's that taxi now?
It is parked in Lemniscate's parking lot.
At Lemniscate? Why?
Unknown, but we should speak with the driver immediately.
Good idea. Let's get moving. Lemniscate, Tuesday, 1:36 p.m. Don't tell me I have to suspect the receptionist now.
Hey, got a minute?
What are you doing just parked out at Lemniscate for?
Are you talking to moi?
Yes.
Moi?
Date, now is not the time to be distracted by this old man's diction.
Mind if I ask you what you're doing here?
Moi? I am but a humble taxicab driver.
Okay, I'm already suspicious of you.
There we go.
I'm with the police. I have some questions for you.
Special Agent Kaname Date. Got a minute or two? Hang on, hold that thought. I gotta look around.
Ah, this is Magnus Spiel.
Magnaspiel?
How do you know?
Lots of magazines in that rack.
Featured anyone can run a pyramid scheme.
What are you doing? I said hold your thoughts. I'm examining this area.
I believe I'll purchase that on my way home.
I don't want to know. He's creepier than me. A sofa.
Sofa king.
Great.
Don't.
Sofa king. Awesome. A potted plant.
Date, look! An antlion!
An antlion? This ain't Half-Life.
Yay! Go, antlion!
Iba has a strange fascination with insects. I'm scared to click on the receptionist seeing what this guy might have to say about it. The company's logo. Lemniscate. There's an abstract painting displayed on the wall.
Oh, have you taken note of the painting?
Yes, I have just literally looked at it.
It is titled Lions Fishing, Carpe Diem.
Wow. A high stool.
A high stool. It's like a tall seat.
That is, yep, quite the synonyms you've developed there, Date.
Why are you stating the obvious?
Alright, everyone. Hold your breath. We're getting there. A reception desk. Here we go. Oh, we can look at the reception and even talk with her. It's her with the big tits. Do you want to get some food sometime?
Huh? I can't hear you.
Okay, I'll walk over there afterwards. I'll walk closer to the receptionist.
Oh, you asked me out before, didn't you?
Yeah, kind of, maybe.
But it's kind of complicated.
Oh?
I told you, I am reptilian.
No, a mammal.
But you were just joking, right?
No, I'm serious.
She's cold-blooded.
I only eat vegetables.
I am fairly sure she means vegetarian.
Or even herbivore, you know? Is it business as usual around here?
What? You gotta come closer. I can't hear you.
Damn it. Should have just stayed there. I'll walk closer to the receptionist.
Well, what can I say, you know? The biz is harsh, schedules are tight.
Your boss is dead, you know, the
If we
usual.
shut down for even a date, we'd throw everyone else's schedules off.
Jeez, how considerate you guys are.
So they want to avoid that, of course.
About Iris.
What? You're too far away. I can't hear you.
Seriously, we should just call her at this point on our mobile phone. I'll walk closer to the receptionist.
Oh, I can't believe Tessa became a victim too. It's like, seriously, can you not?
That's what I said. I was trying to ask the killer, can you not, please? Seriously.
What if I'm next? Freaks me out.
Oh, don't worry. Kaname Date will be on the job to protect you.
Date, could you introduce me to some big, strong man who can protect me?
Hi, I'm Kaname Date.
Nah. I'm sure you'll be fine on your own.
You don't want to get mixed up with me. I mean, all the victims so far have been acquaintances. Unless you count Sosajima, but that hasn't happened in this timeline.
No, I'll totally die.
Well, let's just hope that you're not the killer's type. Is she your type there, Mr. Driver? A self-employed taxi driver. Alrighty, let's begin. Where are you from?
I was born in Kawago, Saitama.
And why do you talk like that?
I don't know what you mean.
He's obviously picking up a lot of tourists at the airport. Picked up a bit of a dialect.
I've spoken this way all my life. My parents speak with the same vernacular.
Vernacular. Jesus, did you eat a freaking thesaurus for lunch? What are you doing here?
I have just finished conveying my client from Temeke Sano's studio.
Who?
I was informed that the visit here would be brief, and thus I have decided to wait in this lobby.
Well, that's awfully nice of you. About Mayumi. Before I arrived at Lemniscate, I got a picture of Mayumi from Ibis. Abyss, sorry. I showed it to the driver.
Did you drive this passenger on Sunday night?
Ooh, I did indeed. I remember her well. The old hag.
Whoa, okay. Jeez, the old hag trying to go and rescue the young witch.
Old hag.
Well, I wouldn't say rescue, but you know what I mean.
I took her on a tour of the streets of Tokyo.
What?
Our ultimate destination was the warehouse district in Ariake.
Why didn't you report this to the police?
Report it?
It's a crime scene. All over the news, I'm sure.
You don't know about the incident at the cold storage warehouse? It was all over the news.
No, I'm afraid not. Newspapers and television news programs have never been much of an interest to moi.
Well, you should probably make it so. It's good to be aware. Describe what happened with Mayumi.
I recall it was around 10 in the evening.
Just 10?
Near the Kawasaki district, an unassuming restaurant named Matsushita Diner. That's where I picked up the old hag. And as soon as she stepped foot in my conveyance, she was already barking orders at me.
Follow that vehicle, was it?
Follow that van, hurry! I must admit, I found it rather exciting, just like an old chase film. I, of course, insisted that I be paid up front. We pursued the van for roughly half an hour.
10:30?
Suddenly, the van came to a halt at a convenience store.
The Famisto along Koshu, right?
Precisely right. I am surprised you know that.
I'm a police officer, it's my job.
In any case, I knew that the jig would be up if we were seen following the van.
So you parked in the 812?
So I decided to drive past it. I parked at the 8 store, but 100 yards from there, while waiting for the object of our pursuit to make its next move. The old hag suddenly spoke up.
Just gonna grab a chocolate.
I have to buy something, she declared, then made her way into the 8.
She declared. I have to buy something. I will be right back.
This must be when Mayumi bought the Odoroki Man chocolate.
A few minutes later, the old hag finished making her purchases and walked out.
Purchases? What else did she buy then?
And then, at that very moment, I witnessed the van jet off at great speed down Koshu. I hurried the old hag inside my vehicle, then resumed the chase.
So you guys were following the van the entire time, whereas Ota lost the van. He had to find an internet cafe just to access the GPS function on his phone.
We followed them for roughly half an hour more.
I see. If the driver's story is correct, Mayumi did not know that Ota was left behind at the Famisto.
She thought he was driving still.
Mayumi thought Ota was in the van the whole time.
The plot thickens. Listen to the rest of the story.
We then arrived at a splendid manor.
Splendid manor. I can only think of one.
The van entered the premises through the front gate and disappeared from view. We, of course, could not follow, so we waited outside. I estimate another 10 minutes passed.
You don't want to describe where this manor was.
The front gate opened once again, and the van drove out, and we pursued. But 30 minutes later, our pursuit was foiled again.
What happened?
The van drove into the restricted Kawasaki district.
Damn, need to construct a timeline of this.
The old hag, of course, demanded that I follow, but I was not about to risk my license and livelihood. Instead, I parked on the road and waited for the van to drive back the way it came. But of course, we knew it might not take the same road back.
Right.
In fact, we were not even sure the van would be coming back at all. But the old hag was not keen on giving up, so we began our stakeout.
Quite a gamble. What if they just parked there for the night? You know?
About 45 minutes later, the date had changed at this point. It was 12:25 a.m. on Monday.
The date had changed. Man, I quite like the way he's enunciating himself.
How do you remember the time so well?
Well, you see, I always keep my radio dial on the same station.
What is it, the Big Ben live stream?
I remember precisely which programs were playing during this endeavor.
Oh,
Thus, I can approximate the time.
I see. Please continue.
At 12:25 a.m., the old hag's tenacious gamble paid dividends. The van returned down the same street,
honestly, love his way with words.
and thus we again made pursuit.
Wow.
I kept considerable distance. We had come so far, I did not want to get caught now.
And not once did this van look back and say, why the is this taxi following us all night long?
But my caution backfired.
You lost him.
I lost sight of the van in the Ariake warehouses. Without so much as a thank you, the old hag popped open the door and took off toward the warehouses.
But she suddenly didn't want to, park and stake out for when the van might be leaving the warehouses? She thought she'd take action at that precise moment?
I waited for some time, but the old hag did not return. The goose was cooked at this point, so I made the decision to return home. I am glad I had the foresight to ask for payment in advance.
Well done, you. That's called intuition, Iba. That's what we were just talking about. He knew she might be ripping him off or not even bother to pay. I have one more question.
I follow your story. I have one more question. Where is this manor the van stopped at?
Oh, every taxi driver in the city knows that residence.
Every taxi driver, huh?
It is the personal home of Congressman So Sajima.
I'm shocked and moved.
Sajima? Why did the van go to So's house?
We
What
need
do
to
they want
speak
with
with him
Iris?
immediately.
Agreed. Let's move.
Thank you. A self-employed taxi driver. Keep up the good work. And, yeah. Take care of yourself. Don't forget that magazine on the way out. In fact, I'm going to pick it up right now. Sejima Residence. Tuesday, 2:21 p.m.
There's no one here.
No one at all.
Indeed.
Hopefully boss hasn't made an appearance.
I don't see So or his bodyguards.
I do not detect them either.
Let's go inside.
Here we go. Those waves again.
Hey, Iba. Do you smell something funny?
Uh-oh.
You are aware that I do not possess the sense of smell, correct?
Fine.
Oh, right.
Got you see toxins in the air? Something smells funny. Wasn't he found in a vase last time? We'll leave the vase for last, huh? A folding screen. An expensive looking table in the middle of the room. There's a cushion on top of the chair. A hanging scroll. Okay. Here we go.
There's something strange about this vase. Ugh.
Just the way it's sealed up as well. And somehow the smell's escaping it.
What is it?
You think there's a body in there. X-ray vision on, please.
This is definitely where the smell is coming from.
Is there something inside?
Maybe, but the opening is covered by a metal plate.
Strange, a metal plate.
The lid is fixed with a bolt. It will not open easily.
How do you bolt a freaking metal lid to a vase?
Yeah.
Then,
Without
as a
breaking it.
standard procedure,
This time we're first on the scene.
What the?
Date, destroy the vase!
What the
Got it.
I thought you meant like destroy the evidence. You mean destroy the vase, break it so we can see what's inside. A gun, really? Well, that's one way to break it. Jesus.
So Sajima?
When the hell did he get killed? Last time he was killed in the afternoon, wasn't he? Holy shit.
That is the head of So Sajima.
Thanks, Iba.
Left eye is hollowed out.
This is most likely a crime committed by the new Cyclops killer.
Was it last night? Or was it this morning? Was it when that van arrived? So his body, cut into pieces. Fragments of the broken vase.
Do you have an estimated time of death?
Today, sometime between 11 a.m. and noon.
So this afternoon then. Or
That's
this
about when I
morning.
was talking to Ota at Matsushita Diner.
This isn't boss's
At that
handiwork
time,
again, is it?
Mayumi was in police custody and Iris was in the ICU of Central Hospital. They have not moved.
That means Ota, Mayumi, and Iris couldn't possibly have committed the crime. Assuming that this is the work of a single killer, those three can be eliminated from the list of suspects.
Puto probably working on the sync machine.
Ota, Mayumi, and Iris are not the new Cyclops killer.
Right. By the way, why is there no one in the mansion?
What happened to the bodyguards?
No bodyguards, no housekeepers.
I do not know.
Does So have family?
So Sajima's wife died in labor 30 years ago, giving birth to their son.
30 years ago, giving birth to their son. Do we do a cross-reference with all the characters we know? See if anyone's 30 years old? Then again, people could be lying about their age. Let's have a quick look. We do have a new entry as well, the taxi driver. Let's review him as well. Takushi Ibarado. Male, 54, November 23 is his birthday. Proficient taxi driver, likes ghosts, doppelgangers, fists, saws, chimneys. Dislikes people who watch the map on their smartphones the whole ride. Hobbies, multi-level marketing. Oh no. Skills, tales, sticking around, keeping things casual. Overview, he's a taxi driver specializing in driving celebrities and entertainers. He has a special relationship with Lemon Skate and often drives their talent. Wait, I'm 30. Shit. Uh-oh. Funny that Shoko has deceased next to her age, but Renju doesn't. I suppose because Shoko is always deceased at the very beginning of the story. Right, well, the only concerning thing is I'm the only one who's 30 years old. At least of the people we know. Coincidence? Perhaps.
Their son is currently living abroad.
Yeah, see? Shit, 2 cents right back in my mouth again. Goodness me, I'm like a freaking merry-go-round ride.
So lived here alone?
Or an arcade machine, like Time Crisis 2.
Do you find that suspicious?
No, just...
Then again, Time Crisis 2 was never 2 cents.
Date, a call from Pewter.
Pewter?
Connect
Boss
me.
is missing?
Date, the sync machine is up and running.
Holy shit, Pewter, you smart son of a bitch.
You can sync with Mayumi now.
Oh, thanks, Pewter. But there are more pressing matters now.
Did something happen?
Yeah, I found So Sajima's body, with the left eye hollowed out.
What?
I'm at the Sajima household. Send the investigation team over.
Why so?
I can answer your questions when I get back to Abyss.
Got it.
Why
Date,
so?
what is your plan? Wait until crime scene investigation arrives?
No, there's something I need to do. If that taxi driver was telling the truth, Mayumi was at the warehouse yesterday.
We need to know what she saw.
And we know the chocolate we found at the scene was hers. Maybe she saw something. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Looks like we're gonna be syncing with her after all.
Some kind of clue or information about the culprit.
Then,
Yeah, we're gonna sync with Mayumi.
Thank you, Pewter. Let's get moving. Police headquarters, Tuesday, 3:09 p.m.
Date, a large-scale investigation of So Sajima has already begun. At this very moment, the media is already swarming outside the building.
Really? Doesn't matter. The sync is what's important. If we sink into Mayumi's brain, that might help us find the real culprit.
I understand. Are you
Thank-
ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Beat me in, Scotty.
Then, let's begin.
Mayumi, tell us everything you know. Via your brain, of course. Here we go. Time to put another piece into this puzzle.